Cardiff, unlike most capital cities, is blessed with an abundance of wildlife and marine life, not to mention vast green spaces such as Bute Park. So it's no wonder that this week Cardiff Council have taken another step in looking after our environment. Sky lanterns have become increasingly popular over recent years to mark a celebration, but it's no secret that these lanterns can harm wildlife and livestock once they land, sometimes miles from where they were lit. RSPCA Cymru have long highlighted the dangers associated with the use of sky lanterns, and Cardiff Council's banning of the lanterns this week has been welcomed by the organisation, and they hope that a total ban across Wales can be the next step in protecting our environment, with Cardiff leading by example.
Cardiff's the sixth council to introduce a ban, which is fantastic news. As the capital, it hopefully sets a real example. So there's 16 more to go, so we're campaigning very hard to hope the other local authorities will follow suit and introduce a similar ban. Sky lanterns, they look very beautiful, they're very attractive, and they're a good way to celebrate events, people might think. Unfortunately, what goes up must come down, and perhaps people aren't aware of the consequences for wildlife, for farm animals and for companion animals. As you say, they can land anywhere, there's no control over where they land. When they do land, animals can become entangled or entrapped in them. It can cause injury, it can often lead to death if the animal is trapped in this device. Sometimes they fall into animal feed. We've heard of a cow that died because it fell into the animal feed. It then caused it horrible pain and caused the animal to die. Also, there are massive fire hazards. They can set fire to habitats, they can cause animal shelters to catch fire. Recently there was a property in Buckinghamshire over the festive period that caught fire as a consequence of a stray sky lantern. So there are examples of real damage being done, and the consequences for wildlife and farm animals and companion animals are vast. So statements like the one Cardiff have made can set a real example and help the public understand that they may look pretty, but the consequences are very, very dangerous.
The implication is, from my point of view, I want to send out a strong signal, particularly to other councils and to residents, that there are particular problems with sky lanterns, and therefore we're really asking people to strongly consider whether or not that's an appropriate thing to do going forward, and perhaps try and find other ways of celebrating. Well, on council land, the intention is I've made sure that all the service areas involved in Cardiff Council are informed of it, so people, where there is same like housing, where they know that we've got council land, then obviously tenants, for instance, would be informed of that as part of their tenancy agreement, that it was prohibited. And in places like parks and things, we would just make sure that people are informed that it's not allowed.
The ultimate aim for the RSPCA and other organisations, and to best ensure this ban can be enforced, is for hopefully the Welsh Government to take a further step and introduce a Wales-wide ban in the future.